It was like us in different ways. We're sitting there like in the
Hey, what's going on, LEC family? My name is Sebastian. I'm the program assistant here at LEC. You probably never seen my face before, but that's okay. So we're here to do an interview. We are going to be spotlighting the nominated nominee for Educator of the Year. So who we have here today is Tatiana Briceño. We're going to learn a little bit more about her and how she feels about the nomination. So to get started, go introduce yourself, Tatiana.
Awesome. Thank you for having me. Again, my name is Tatiana Briceño. I was born and raised in Venezuela. I came here when I was 15, so in 2014. I came here with little to no English, so I hit those ESL classes right fresh from the start. And I went to Shawnee Mission South, and I graduated there, and then I came to K-State. I got my 2 bachelors in math education, and then my second one in Spanish. And I graduated from there in May 2022, and I've been teaching at Northwest, Shawnee Mission Northwest ever since. I teach sophomores math, and yeah, I've been here and I'm loving it. So
That's good. Good to hear. Well, how does it feel to be nominated for Educator of the Year?
it's a lot of emotions, to be honest. I mean, I've never been nominated as anything. Like, this is my second year as a teacher overall. So I don't know, it feels great, feels scary, just because I don't know, I've never, again, like I said, never been nominated for anything. So I'm like, oh my God. But at the same time, I feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Like as a teacher, I feel like a huge um how do you say, like, I don't know, like I see like other like veteran teachers getting nominated for things or getting awards or getting things, and I'm like, oh my God, am I supposed to, like, am I good, like, am I supposed to like, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing as a teacher? Like, I'm not, like, I don't know. But then I get little things like that, or just my former students from last year just coming in, checking in, and it's just like, okay, I'm good. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and just getting little things like that makes me feel good and makes me feel like I'm doing a good job as a teacher as well. So, so it just feels great. I mean, I don't know. It feels amazing. It feels unbelievable and real. Like I'm just like, yay.
I can feel the excitement from this side of the screen,
Yeah.
and I'm excited for you. It's an honor to be here interviewing you, and I'm glad that you're taking so much pride in the work that you're doing. Uh, it's just really exciting. It's so happy to see an educator just so proud of what they're doing and just having that excitement. So getting more into that realm of being an educator. So as a Latina or Latinx educator, in the space of education, why does representation matter? Why does that portion of that matter in your work?
I don't know. I feel like it matters just because, like, the Latinx community is growing every single day, and having someone like me, like as a teacher that has this role and is like Latina and proud of being Latina, I feel like that connects to other students as well. I remember when I was student teaching, my ESL professor at Shawnee Mission South actually contacted me and said, "Oh my God, I'm seeing that you're doing education. That's amazing. Can you come here and talk with my ESL students? Because a lot of them want to go to college, but they don't know where to start." And having that role model for them was great. Like, I still have contact with some of them. They got into KU, some of them are in JUCO, and seeing that path, like, they got this person, and they see in them, and they see that someone that looks like them achieved what they want to achieve is kind of like amazing for me, just because they see me as, okay, she achieved she's a teacher now. She went into college. She learned English. She did all of these things, so I can do it too. So for me, representation is just about, if you did it, I can do it too. It's more like I'm a role model for all of these kids that come into my classroom, whether it is just just to help, whether it is because they need my class, whether it is because their peer, like their friend, told one of my students like, oh, she speaks Spanish, she can help you with math. Like wherever it is, like I'm here. As I take it as I'm a role model for all of these kids, and just because nowadays, like I feel like this important roles, like teacher or like I don't know, secretary or I don't know, someone in politics, like they see a Latinx person and they're like, okay, I connect with you. I can do whatever you're doing. I can achieve get to my dreams. So I feel like representation matters just because of those little things that we may not notice, but later on we see like, oh, because of you, like I was able to get here. Well, because of you, you inspire me to get my associates or whatever it may be. So I don't know, I see a lot of Latinx representation across Kansas City, and that for me, I see them as role models, and that's why I always wanted to be a teacher. So especially now that I understand the United States a little bit more, so and why like being a Latino is so important nowadays. So yeah, I don't know, that's a little bit of everything, but to get to the point, a role model, to be honest.
I think it hits the mark just right where we want to be. I think representation is a key component, especially when growing up. I don't. You mentioned it. You said that you had Latinx, I think, an educator while you were growing up, or like in that process of going through high school through KU. Is that am I right about that? Or
No, yeah. So, well, growing up here when China Mission South, I didn't have a lot of like Latinx teachers. But my teachers, my former teachers, like the ones that I went through, my ESL teacher, my math teacher, even, they would take me out of the classroom just to help those other ESL students that were struggling with math, that were struggling with, I don't know, something else, um, and I would help them out in that way. Or even those when I was student teaching, like those little kids that wanted to go to college got to experience, like got to hear my story, my side of the story, and they got inspired into going to college, for example, or going to KU, going to JUCO, whatever it may be. So yeah.
that's great. So with that, I think it involves a lot more of the youth, right? And inspiring them. And so, how do you think, or how can we build the right conditions for the advancement of the Latinx youth?
Well, I mean, I guess I don't know.
It's a bit of a loaded
Like,
question. There's so many
yes.
can attribute to it, and what
Yes.
we need to do would change. But just a couple of thoughts. Nothing.
I mean, just like starting small. I mean, I feel like just starting like me starting with those Latinx kids that just want to better themselves, like help them out, just help your community around you. It doesn't have to be like something huge, like just something small as doing workshops, or if I'm motivated to do tutoring after school, like I could talk to a lot of the Latinx community that I have around me that are going to like high school right now, and like promote my tutoring services. And that way, like I'm promoting, like I'm helping those kids get an education, and that for them is, advancing in the youth of nowadays. So I mean, I feel like it's just starting small. It doesn't have to be something huge. I don't know. For me, it's just like, like something around your community. What can you do in your community today to, help that community? It could be through church. I mean, I like, if you go to the church, like you can still like talk about like your story, talk about where you're at now, like promote whatever you can, help them, like ask around what's needed. I got asked a lot if I give like English classes, and I'm like, oh, I don't, but I can try. Like, I can try to teach you something. Like, so there's a lot of Venezuelans nowadays that are coming, and they want to learn English, and they asked my mom and I, like, you guys are teachers, can you like help us out, like in the library for once a week at least? Like, we'll pay you, we'll do anything, but we're desperate in that. And that I feel like is starting small, starting with your community, and then just get your word out there, the importance of growing, educating yourself. And I think that would help them in a positive way later on in the future. So
It's starting small, maybe doing it's like a whole snowball effect. You do one little change,
yeah.
it just keeps going and keeps going. As we're heading towards the end of the interview, I can tell that the story it's been a difficult one. It's been a tough one, moving from Venezuela here to the United States. So we kind of want to know what keeps you going.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. There's rough days. There's always rough days when it comes to education. But there's always a reminder, like a daily reminder. Like it could be that the kid that never tries. You sat with them, you try to do one math problem with them, and they got it, and they get the aha moment, and that for me makes me okay. I'm doing good. Let's keep going. It could be those Latinx my Latinx students. I have an ELL math class specifically, and all of them, the majority of them, like are very much lost, or some of them are just got here to the US, so they have little to no English. So helping them and having them like actually like they tell me like, oh, the only A I have is in this class, and that's probably because of you, because you like explain it in Spanish to me, and I'm just like, stop, I'm gonna cry. Or like they tell me that this is the only class I understand what's going on, or you're so nice, you help me out. Like those little comments for me just fill my heart and just make me want to keep going, and just make me want to keep educating the youth. And I sometimes have, like with my former students that were seniors last year, like sometimes they still send me pictures of what they're doing today. And that for me tells me like, okay, I did my job. I'm still doing my job. Like I'm not like I'm doing good, and whatever, if it's a small, like if it's a bad day, a good day, an excellent day, like I'll take whatever positive I can get from today and use that to continue on tomorrow. So
Oh, it's so nice hearing the victories, throughout the work, and it's so inspiring. Is there anything else you want to say to the Latinx community, the LEC community, whoever's going to be watching, who is watching?
No, I mean, just, keep educating yourself as much as possible, keep learning, keep asking questions, keep connecting with people, and, keep a smile and see the positives of everything. There's always a positive out of every single negative thing. So keep learning, keep educating, and yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I want to say thank you, Tatiana, for being here with me, for letting me interview you. You were nominated for Educator of the Year, and I wish you the best of luck. And
Thank you.
more videos for the nominators, nominees, and so thanks for watching, everyone. Thank you, Tatiana, for being here, and
Thank you.
so happy to hear about your story, and very proud of your work. So we'll see you guys next time.
It was like us in the place. We're sitting there like in the arena in Las Vegas.
When I started this LEC community,